Hi everyone, welcome to our next Facebook Live session. Thank you for joining us and supporting us, and we hope you find the information that we're discussing with you informative and useful. So this week, the topic that we're going to be discussing is student support through the financial bursaries. As you know, my name's Louise Noon and I'm the Student Services Manager. So in a short while, we'll open up the chat and take any questions that you might have on the bursary that looks to support you, to remove any barriers to education and to access some financial support while you're studying with us at Hubert.
Hi everyone, my name's Jenny Quinn and I'm here today to answer any questions that you may have regarding the support that we've got on offer to any students who may have dyslexia or literacy and numeracy difficulties relating to dyslexia. Last week I gave a brief overview of the support that we have on offer, such as support, additional study support, extra tuition, exam support and some assistive technology and training support. So if you do have any questions regarding the type of support that we've got on offer, I'll be online this afternoon to answer any of your questions.
Okay, so hopefully that overview gives you a little bit of an insight about what we're going to be chatting about today and what you can ask us questions about. So in a few seconds, we'll hand over to that live chat and we'll start taking your questions. Don't worry if we don't get around to answering all of your questions, because after this chat, we'll be responding online to any questions that come through that we haven't had a chance to cover. So we'll open up to some questions now. Okay, the first question's come through, and it's for me. Do you offer financial support for my son or daughter? So I'm assuming, because you're talking about your son or daughter, that we're looking at a school leaver who's age 16, and the answer is yes. We do offer a 16 to 18-year-old bursary, and that offers financial support for anyone that falls within that age category that fits the eligibility criteria. Now, the eligibility does and can change slightly every year, so I'll give you a broad overview of where it currently stands at. There might be slight changes, but we would always advertise this on the website and let you know if that is the case. But currently our 16 to 18 bursary is eligible to anybody that earns under £16,190, and the offer for that is a bus pass if you live over 1.5 miles away and 3 meals, so that's 5 meals a week, and it doesn't matter what days you're in or whether you're coming in to study outside of your timetable, you can get a meal when you access college. Now, if you earn over £16,190 but under £35,000, you're still eligible to apply for that bursary. So for that offer, you would again receive a bus pass if you live over 1.5 miles away, but your 5 meals would drop to 2 meals a week. Now, most of our students are on timetable for about 3 days, so that will cover you for the majority of your timetable. One thing to bear in mind with our bursary is it is attendance dependent, so you do need to keep your attendance above 90%, and we issue the bus passes per term. So for term 1, you need to have 90% to get your bus pass in term 2, and that's just because we really want to support you with keeping that attendance up and maintaining that positive attendance while you're on your course.
Okay, the next question looks like it's for me. So how will my teachers know about my support needs? Okay, so as a college, we recognise the importance of working closely with learners with specific learning difficulties, such as dyslexia. When you enrol with us or when you apply, you let us know about your needs. There's a little section on the application form and the enrolment form, and then during enrolment in the summer, as soon as you can. And what we will do, our team of additional support lecturers will aim to meet you with the current situation at the moment. So once we've had that discussion, we will put together a support package and discuss what will work best for you. So we will look at things like what's worked well at school, what didn't really work well in terms of support. And we'll put together a package designed around your individual needs to support you whilst at college. So in terms of your teachers, once we've carried out that assessment and agreed on a support package, with your consent, we'll share your information with your tutors. It's really, really important that you allow us to share that information with your tutors so that they can support you as well. There's no point in just us in the learner support team knowing about your support needs and your tutors not knowing. So as I say, it's important that they know so they can offer some strategies they can be able some allowances in the classroom with your reading, your spelling, your punctuation, or just offer you a little bit of extra time with your tasks in the classroom. So as I say, just let us know as soon as you can. Don't worry if you don't enroll or on your application.
Okay, the next question's coming from James, and he says he's joining in September. How does he apply for any money that he might be entitled to? So we are currently preparing the application forms for next academic year. Now, ordinarily, those application forms, you've got two options. You can come and collect them from the pod, which is the student services area in Hubert College, and that would be a paper application form, or you can access that application form online. So what we're doing in preparation for any continued remote study that's happening at the moment is to make sure those application forms are going to be available online for you really early. So if the option to come into the pod is removed, you're able to go online and do that application form. There's no delays whatsoever. So in the next few weeks, you will start to see those applications for next academic year appearing online. You can go and you can fill all that out and you can submit that through to us. You will need to submit things like your household income or any proof of benefit you're on, if you are in a benefit in your own right, but that will all be explained on the application process for you. Once that's submitted, it will come through to our student finance team, and that application will be assessed for you, and we will write to you to tell you whether you've been eligible for that bursary or not. If you do have any questions about that process or you're unsure in any way, you can email the student.financeteam@hubert.ac.uk.
Okay, over to me. I'm hoping that you can hear me. A few comments have come up to say that the audio isn't too good, so apologise for that. It could be my Wi-Fi signal. The next question is, having dyslexia means that teachers can't always read my essays. Can you help me? The answer to your question is yes, we can help you with that. We have a team of additional support lecturers who carry out some extra tuition. So during that tuition, they will equip you with some strategies to apply to your work so that eventually you'll be able to work a little bit more intensively. During those sessions, they can look over your assignments, support you with your assignments, and teach you something how to apply yourself to those assignments and be able to proofread your own work and correct your grammar. We can also offer you some support from our team of academic work at ASWs. It usually takes place in the classroom, but they can also help with your study skills. We do have a dyslexia specialist tutor as well. She can offer some tuition. She will focus more on a more tailored approach for individual needs based around the difficulties that you experience with your dyslexia. And again, it's all to, the ultimate goal is to help you to work towards working independently.
So next question that's come through is EMA still available? So EMA was Education Maintenance Allowance. That's a question we get asked quite often by parents actually, because they remember EMA being available when other siblings were in college or school. Now EMA isn't available anymore. That was phased out about 6 years ago now, but that doesn't mean we can't offer financial support for you. So EMA used to entitle students to £30 a week payment, dependent on attendance. So what we now offer students instead, as I mentioned earlier, is the bus pass and the free meals payments. So you will still be supported and you will receive everything that you need to remove those barriers to college, but that won't be in the form of a weekly cash payment. Instead, it will be in the form of resources that you need to be able to come to college, such as your bus pass, such as your free meals, or if you're going on a trip or a visit, anything like that, financial support to contribute towards the cost of that. So we have another question that's come through. So I've got a child of my own. Will you support me to attend college? Yeah. So as well as the 16 to 18 bursary, we also have a bursary in available for 19 plus and 24 plus, so adults effectively. So that bursary, part of that is to be able to support you and your childcare costs. So we will support one child, currently up to a maximum of £120 a week. So So what that means is you can apply to us. You need to be in receipt of a benefit in your own right or on a low income. You can fill out the application form and you can do that process online, as I mentioned earlier. So what that will then allow you to do is put your application in, give us child's birth certificate, chosen nursery provider, provided they're Ofsted registered, then that's not an issue at all. And you can apply for your childcare funding. So the majority of time, that £120 a week covers all of your timetable of lessons. If there isn't, obviously we can consider your exceptional circumstances if you have any additional work placements and things like that. But yes, you can definitely still access that bursary and we will support you with your childcare costs.
Okay, next question. I don't want anybody helping me in my classes, but might struggle with keeping up. How else can you support me? Okay, first of all, I don't want you to worry. We wouldn't put support in place that you haven't agreed to, and that is not going to suit your needs. So a lot of students have support needs, but don't necessarily have support in class, and they have more discrete support. What we would do, again, we would put together that support package. We would look at assistive technology support to help you to work towards independence with your study skills. We would offer lots of training for the assistive technology. There's lots of apps that you can use in the classroom as well. But what I would also say is mix support for your tutor, from support, from the invitation support lecturers, place outside of the classroom so that people are not aware that you've got support. So it's taking place outside of the classroom to work on your study skills, so then you can apply that within the classroom. But there's lots of different strategies that your teacher can adapt in the classroom to make sure that so we won't be giving you support that you haven't agreed to and you don't want.
Okay, so we've got a question from a student that is currently on the bursary and wants to know if we will be sending the term 3 bus passes out, and the answer to that is yes. So you will still receive your bus pass for term 3. The reason we decided to do this, even though you're currently not travelling to college, is because we understand that a lot of our students have taken up key worker jobs in supermarkets, for example, or carrying out voluntary positions to be able to support the community at the moment. So we felt it was still important to make sure you had access to that travel support. So if you received 90% attendance last term, and don't worry if you were off self-isolating towards the end of term or you weren't well due to coronavirus, that's been taken into consideration in the periods of remote working. We will send the bus pass out. So the majority of those passes were sent out last week, and there are still a few passes to be sent out this week. If you're expecting a pass, or if you're not sure what your attendance mark was for term 2 and don't know whether you're going to be receiving one, again, you can email student.finance@huberg.ac.uk. Or Jenny, just to say, I think you've muted yourself. You might just want to take yourself off mute. A few technical difficulties. This is new for me and Jen.
Is it working?
It's working now, Jen. We can hear you.
Sorry, everybody. I keep getting a thing flashing up to say that my audio isn't working and my internet connection's down, so I do hope you can hear me. But I didn't press mute. Hope you can hear me now. So the question is, I have dyslexia and normally have a reader in my exams. What will happen at college? So I'm assuming you're a school leaver or you're at college at the moment, and you've already been assessed for requiring a reader in your exams. Lots of our students require different support in their exams, reader, assistant. What we would do, meet you as early as possible, and we would gather the exams board to make sure that we can get you that reader. Most students require an up-to-date assessment, so we will book you in. The deadline for GCSEs is usually towards the end of February, but any other exam and functional skills, we've got a little bit more deadline. So we would aim to get you booked in if it was GCSE before February to carry out an assessment to see if you were still eligible for that reader or any other for what you might have in exams. Again, that'll be discussed in the early stages and put together in your support package. But what we would also do, we would write or contact your school, gather as much evidence as we can. We have to do examples at your normal way of working, and that you have a persistent, significant difficulty, which would put you at a disadvantage in exams. So we would just get together all the evidence that we possibly can to make sure that you're going to get that support that you're eligible to. Okay.
Okay, the next question we've had through is from somebody who didn't get free meals in school but wants to know if they'll receive them in college. So generally, if you were on free meals in school, that will entitle you to free meals in college, which is 5 meals a week. But don't worry if you didn't get them in school, because as a college, we took the decision to support students with a meal offer in college, even if it wasn't the same as the meal offer in school. So if you earn over £16,190 but under £35,000, you will still receive 2 free meals a week. So it might not be the 5 meals that you would have had in school, but certainly for those that weren't eligible for those 5 meals, there is a chance that you will receive that reduced offer of 2 meals, which will still support you with the majority of your timetable sessions. Another question through from myself. So will my 16-year-olds still get pupil premium when they come to college? So it's slightly different in college. So pupil premium isn't funded for a further education, which is an FE college. So you won't receive the current levels of pupil premium that you do at the moment, but we do still offer a bursary. So if you're 16 and you're coming to college, you can access our 16 to 18-year-old bursary. So it's slightly different from pupil premium. You won't be funded in the same way, and it won't be exactly the same offer, but you will still receive support while you're here.
Okay, next question. Sorry, it's been repeated, this question. So I have dyslexia and require a reader in my exams. I'm assuming you couldn't hear me when I answered the question. So if you require a reader in exams, we would aim to meet you as soon as possible, gather evidence regarding your requirements and your needs. We may need to contact your old school or your old college to seek some evidence so that we can supply as much evidence as possible to the exam board. We would also have to carry out, depending on the evidence that we get from your schools or college, we would also have to carry out our own assessments to gather that assessment, to gather evidence, to the exam board. So yes, the answer is yes, you will be eligible to a reader as long as your scores hadn't significantly changed when we carry out our own assessment. Okay, looks like the questions have stopped coming through now. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to contact us on social media and inbox us if you have any other questions or if you need any other further advice or guidance. Please contact us and we will aim to contact you back as soon as possible. Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, bye.